Welcome into the Monday edition of the WHKY News. I'm Rob Eastwood, filling in for Ralph Mangum today, and here are today's top stories. Thanks so much for joining us, and remember, you can find the WHKY News every weekday on our YouTube channel and our website, WHKY.com, and you can go to those same sites for today's crime report with Ariana Mack, sports with Jason Savage, and our community focus. Also, check out the weekly recap of crime stories posted online every weekend. Topping our news today, a Troutman man facing murder charges in connection to a house fire that claimed family members' lives has decided not to accept the state's plea deal. 23-year-old Corey Alexander Cook of Troutman will stand trial on 3 charges of first-degree murder. He is also charged with setting fire to the home and 17 counts of felony identity theft. Cook appeared in Iredell County Superior Court last Thursday to reportedly enter a plea in the case, but he made the decision to not accept the deal. A Rule 24 hearing will be held for the state to present evidence before a judge to determine if Cook will now face the death penalty if convicted. The deal would have allowed Cook to plead to 3 charges of second-degree murder that would have carried 3 sentences of 25 years to be served consecutively for a total of 75 years. Firefighters were called to Lorem Drive in Troutman July 27th of 2021. Cook made several statements to law officers about the fire. As the investigation continued, officers began to find holes in the story. Detectives were aware of a call for a domestic disturbance earlier in the day at the residence. The investigation revealed that an adult, Cook, had left the home in his mother's car and drove to his grandmother, Sandra Dover's home in Mooresville. On August 28th of 2021, police said evidence moved them to view Cook as the suspect. It was that day that the executor of the family's estates called to reveal that the deceased family members' credit cards had been used to purchase Amazon gift cards. When confronted by detectives later, Cook claimed innocence. However, when the video was pulled from Harris Teeter grocery store where the cards were bought and where Cook worked, it showed he had been the one to purchase the cards. He also bought them in amounts of $100 to avoid a manager being involved in the transaction. On October 15th of 2021, Cook was questioned and he reportedly confessed to the deaths and the arson. Cook remained in the Iredell County Detention Center as of earlier today under no bond. A Taylorsville man was scheduled to appear in court today after being charged with discharging a firearm into occupied property in both Alexander and Catawba counties. 43-year-old Michael Franklin Roquette was taken into custody on Saturday, August 12th by the Catawba County Sheriff's Office and was charged with attempted first-degree murder, discharging a gun into occupied property, and assault by pointing a gun. WHKY previously reported on this case. He was initially placed in the Catawba County Detention Facility without bond. Roquette was granted bond and released last week. Last Thursday, Roquette was arrested by the Alexander County Sheriff's Office and was charged with felony discharging a weapon into occupied property and injury to real property. He was placed in the Alexander County Detention Center under a secured bond of $75,000. Roquette posted bond and was released. According to the Alexander County Sheriff's Office, the suspect is alleged to have fired multiple rounds into a residence off Rink Dam Road. No injuries were reported. The charges from Catawba County stem from a separate incident in the pre-dawn hours August 12th at a location near Hickory. The dwelling was occupied, but none of the gunfire caused injury. Roquette was scheduled to appear in Alexander County District Court today in Taylorsville. His next Catawba County court appearance is set for August 31st. A probation violation charge is also pending in Alexander County, according to the North Carolina Department of Corrections. Roquette was convicted on a DWI charge in McDowell County in 2022 and was given a 24-month suspended sentence. WHKY's Ariana Mack has details on the arrest of a man on multiple drug and firearm charges.
Thanks, Rob. 34-year-old Justin Lewis Oswalt of Dillon Drive in Statesville was arrested by Iredell County Sheriff's officers. He's charged with felony counts of trafficking fentanyl, possession of methamphetamine and marijuana, possession with intent to sell or deliver marijuana, maintaining a dwelling for controlled substance, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. He's also charged with misdemeanor possession of drug paraphernalia. On August 11th, 2023, deputies with the Iredell County Sheriff's Office Aggressive Criminal Enforcement team responded to an address on Dillon Drive in Statesville after receiving an anonymous tip about illegal drug and weapon activity through the Iredell Sheriff's Office app. After further investigation, deputies learned the resident inside the home was Justin Lewis Oswalt, a convicted felon with outstanding warrants for arrest. As the deputies arrived at the residence, a man matching the description of Oswalt retreated inside the home. A woman eventually came to the door and escorted the deputies inside to look for Oswalt. While in the basement, a large amount of marijuana was reportedly seen, along with multiple firearms. Oswalt was quickly found inside a locked bathroom. Oswalt was placed under arrest without incident. During a search of the residence, 254 grams of marijuana, 14 grams of marijuana wax, 18.14 grams of pressed fentanyl pills, and 0.01 grams of methamphetamine were seized. 5 firearms and 300 rounds of ammunition were also seized due to Oswalt being a convicted felon. Oswalt was jailed in the Iredell County Detention Center under $352,000 secured bond. He remained in jail as of earlier today. A district court date is set for August 30th. I'm Ariana Mack reporting for WHKY News. Back to you, Rob.
Thanks, Ariana. The North Carolina Department of Transportation invites the public to learn more about a proposed project to improve safety and traffic flow at the Interstate 40 interchange with Old NC 10, which is exit 118 in Burke County. The project would realign existing ramps and approaching roads. The drop-in style meeting will be held from 4 to 7 p.m. tomorrow, Tuesday, August 22nd, at the First Baptist Church of Hildebrand at 8831 Old NC 10. With no formal presentation, the public is invited to attend at any time. Project staff will be present for a one-on-one discussion if need be. They can also answer questions and receive comments. Project details, including maps and a video, can be found on the NCDOT project webpage at publicinput.com. People may also submit comments before September 7th of this year by phone at 984-205-6615. Enter project code 2301 to leave a message. You can also send an email to mgclark@ncdot.gov or mail Michael Clark, 55 Orange Street, Asheville, North Carolina 28801. For more information on this meeting, again scheduled for tomorrow, go to our website, WHKY.com. In today's crime report, Ariana Mack has the latest law enforcement news, including details on a weekend armed robbery. Jason Savage has sports, which includes the latest from the Hickory Crawdads, who remain in first place despite a rough weekend at home. And in our community focus, Ariana has a report on the upcoming Happy Valley Fiddlers Convention. You can find all of these segments at our YouTube channel and our website, WHKY.com. It was a hot one today. Temperatures rose into the 90s. That will be the case tomorrow as well. We might see somewhat of a cool down by the latter part of the weekend, with highs in the low 80s starting Sunday. Thanks so much for joining us for today's WHKY News Top Stories. In for Ralph Mangum, I'm Rob Eastwood.